The Vic Mignogna appellant brief is in, and it presents itself in what I thought was a pretty cohesive fashion. Now, in this document, you have 8 issues presented, and basically this is all arguing that the trial court dismissing X, Y, or Z, that was reversible error. Number 1, though, dismissing defamation, that was reversible error. Number 2, dismissing tortious interference with existing contracts, that's a reversible error. Number 3, dismissing tortious interference with prospective business relations. That's reversible error. Number 4, dismissing Funimation LLC from vicarious liability. That was reversible error. Number 5, saying there was no conspiracy is reversible error. Saying that number 6, I actually like this added here, not even looking at the second amended petition was reversible error. Number 7, saying that the appellees presented legally insufficient or factually insufficient evidence to satisfy their burden under the TCPA and the trial court finding otherwise, that's reversible error. And then the sanctions, that was reversible error, saying that, Vic Mignogna had to pay legal bill. Now, as far as the statement of fact goes, this is actually laid out, in my opinion, really well, but let's go through this and talk about it. So, appellant Vic Mignogna, or Vic, is a voice actor whose voice is used for the English dubbing of Japanese anime production. Appellees Monica Rial and Jamie Marquis are also anime voice actors. Appellee Funimation Productions, LLC, primarily dubs Japanese anime productions in English, then distributes the videos in the U.S. via streaming access, and has hired Vic, Monica, and Jamie to provide their voiceover services. Most often, the voice actors recorded their lines at different times and locations instead of together in the studio. At times, however, they saw each other at Funimation's office, and Vic considered Jamie and Monica to be friends. The voice actor also appeared sometimes together at fan conventions where they participated in quote-unquote breakout sessions, sharing quote-unquote behind-the-scenes tidbits and answering fan questions, and were paid for autographs and photographs with fans, often hugging and sometimes giving kisses to their fans. On January the 22nd, 2019, Funimation initiated an internal investigation into Monica's allegations that at a convention many years before, Vic had eaten a jelly bean, which Monica gave him, on which she had written her name, and joked that he ate Monica. At a convention several years prior, Vic had propositioned 2 adult female fans, and that Vic and a co-worker had kissed consensually at Funimation's office. Though Funimation had not yet informed Vic of the investigation, Monica's fiancé, we're talking about Ron Toy here, began telephoning and texting Christopher Slaytosh, host of KamehaCon Convention, on January 22, 2019, that Funimation's parent company, Sony, was conducting an investigation into Vic assaulting 4 women, and that criminal charges would soon be filed against Vic. Monica told Slaytosh that Vic was a quote-unquote sexual predator, and that criminal charges would soon be filed against him. Both urged him to cancel Vic's invitation to KamehaCon, despite Slaytosh's objections that doing so would breach his contract with Vic, and to refuse doing business with Vic in the future. Otherwise, Ronald's company would withdraw its financial sponsorship of the convention, and Monica would cancel her appearance and convince other voice actors to cancel their appearances. Slaytosh complied with this. 2 days later, we're talking the 24th here, Ronald tweeted publicly, "I know with 100% certainty that Vic assaulted 4 people I love." The next day, we have Tanny Denbo, Executive Director of Employee Relations at Sony, informing Vic of Monica's allegations, none of which involved abuse, assault, or harassment. Vic explained that the Monica Jelly Bean exchange was friendly banter many years ago, and that the kiss with a co-worker was consensual and occurred after a year of exchanging correspondence. Though Miss Denbo admonished Vic that Sony's investigation was confidential, she and a co-worker, Lisa Gibson, gave Monica updates. Miss Denbo talked it through with her, and Miss Gibson encouraged her to hang in there. I mean, look how messed up this stuff is. After Miss Denbo informed Vic of the investigation, Ronald launched a barrage barrage of tweets against him. On January 25th, I have four people very close to me who had similar experiences with Vic. He assaulted them. On the 26th, you see another one, the 28th, and then the 29th, Funimation abruptly terminated its contract with Vic. The next day, on January the 30th, both the Anime NYC and Anime Milwaukee conventions canceled Vic's appearance. After Monica secretly asked Funimation what she could say publicly, and when Funimation would make a statement, she, Miss Gibson, and Scott Barretto, Funimation's senior director of public relations, spoke via telephone on the 31st of January. That day, Ronald tweeted, "I know at least 4 assaults. I'm glad to see the convention canceled and the truth coming to light." That day, QuaiCon canceled Vic's appearance. 3 days later, Monica likewise tweeted, "The truth will come out." Ronald later claimed, "I know without question he heard people very close to me that he was a predator, with over 100 ladies and counting coming forward with accusations against him." Afterward, Denver Comic-Con canceled Vic's appearance. On February the 5th, Ronald called out on Funimation to make a statement about Vic and for him to be banned indefinitely, again calling Vic a predator. Next 24 hours, Florida SuperCon, Raleigh SuperCon, KamehaCon, Hudson Valley Comic-Con all canceled his appearance. February the 6th, you can see more statements there about Vic assaulting. Implied Vic was, well, you could see that word, called him a predator again, accused him of over 100 accounts there, and proclaimed that he wanted Vic blacklisted out of work. Later that day, Jamie announced that name and shame was faster than legal redress. On the 7th of February, emails Funimation, Trina Simon. Monica accused Vic of assaulting her in 2007. So you notice this is a totally different thing coming up. Ronald immediately took to the Twitter sphere to proclaim on the February the 8th that Vic assaulted Monica and other actors, and he noted that Monica had been assaulted this certain way, her friends and countless fans, and again called Vic a predator. On the 9th, Jamie tweeted that Vic had assaulted her at Funimation's lobby by grabbing her hair, yanking her hair backwards, and whispering something in her ear, that he had done this exact same half a dozen times with other women that personally know, and that he was a predator. 2 days later, on the 11th, Funimation published 2 tweets. One, that following an investigation, Funimation will not be engaging Mignogna in future productions. And 2, we do not condone any kind of harassment or threatening behavior being directed at anyone. Responding directly to Funimation's tweet, Monica commented on Funimation's feed that there were multiple investigations with testimony, proof, and evidence. I am one of dozens of men and women who participated, and later tweeted, "Just so we're clear, he's the legal definition of harassment." Unsurprisingly, Funimation's Twitter followers declared they understood Funimation was saying its investigation had determined that Vic had engaged in harassing and threatening behavior. On the 16th, Ronald implied that Vic would be a registered offender. 3 days later, on the 19th, Monica tweeted that Vic had been accused of a certain type of harassment, alleging Vic had assaulted her by grabbing her by the hair, whispering in her ear, claimed she witnessed him do it to many other people, claimed he had forced a kiss on her in the mid-aughts, and called him a predator. Vic consistently denied these allegations against him and lost large amounts of income due to canceled conventions. Vic sued the appellees for defamation, tortious interference with current and prospective contracts, and civil conspiracy. He also alleged that Funimation was vicariously liable for the actions of Jamie and Monica. Appellees filed motion to dismiss under the TCPA. Vic moved to strike much of the appellees' evidence in support of their motion to dismiss. The trial court denied Vic's initial motion to strike Funimation's evidence. During the motion to dismiss hearing and in its October 4, 2019 hearing, the trial court indicated that it would not consider anything filed by appellees after a 60-day TCPA filing deadline. Vic filed a written response to appellees' motions to dismiss and amended his petition. However, the trial court refused to consider his amended and supplemented petition. After a hearing, the trial court granted appellees' TCPA motion. After a subsequent hearing, the trial court entered its final judgment, ordering Vic to pay attorney's fees and sanctions sanctions. So this appeal ensued. So you have the arguments that are going with this too. You can see what kind of argument would come through that. You can see how this is going to lay out. The document is available for everyone out there too. I mean, you can look at all of the cases here as well. I'm sure that this is something Rekieta Law will go into, other folks, as well as all of the tweets that have been find in that. You have Jamie's, you have Monica's, you have Ron's tweets. You have all of this laid out. It's easily accessed. There are 60 pages here that lay out everything, including Funimation and on. I think this, like I said, it actually lays out everything. It lays it out easily understood, and it'll be interesting to see where this goes. I'm wondering, when you look at this, though, what do you think will happen? How do you think this will go out? I mean, for myself, I hope, but at the same time, I don't know what I think about the court system. Also, very briefly, I want to thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating. You always make this stuff possible. I appreciate you being here. That's why I always say this. If you would share this stuff, let people know what's going on. That's awesome. And also, sub to the channel if you haven't. But your time is valuable too, so I don't want to monopolize it. I just want to thank you for it, and we'll be doing this again soon. Thank you.